we warm enough? Let's turn that on. Are we warm enough yet? That's on? Okay. You warm enough? Cozy? Maybe we should be suffering, I don't know. No need to suffer if you don't have to. Okay. So here we are, alive. And think, seriously. Seriously. The fact that we say, I'm still alive, we go, yeah, proves we grasp at ourselves as permanent. So that's a mistake. So we have to change it. And how you change it is by thinking the truth. Slowly the truth becomes your reality. Right now, lies are our reality. So we have to remember the truth. It's a slow process, but if you don't, you'll never see the truth. It's a cognitive process. So think, I am still alive. Now Buddha's view is because my past virtuous karmic energy, my vast virtuous mental and physical and verbal activity, which is what creates me, this is why I'm still alive. My own past virtue, how incredible. I'm the cause of this, how incredible. So it's precious. What I've got is a miracle. The conditions for a human life are inconceivably difficult to gather together. And we have them. Not only the human body, but the miracle of the tendencies in my mind. All together. Access to our virtue. Intelligence. They're our saving grace. This is a miracle. It needs to be not a miracle, it's law, it's natural, but it's the result of phenomenal hard work. This is the logic as far as Buddha is concerned. Therefore, how tragic to take it for granted, not to mention how tragic to waste it. So for this reason we're here, listening, thinking, analysing, meditating, step by step, transforming our own self into this marvellous, marvellous person that Buddha would say is natural for every one of us. How fantastic. We become this marvellous person for our own sake, clearly, but because the reality of being, the unreality of being a separate, neurotic, separate, bereft, lonely, neurotic person is the fundamental lie, which is then gone. When gone, we finally realised emptiness and perfected that and added bodhicitta. Then we're what's called a Buddha. So for this reason, long term, we're here doing this practice, sowing seeds. How fantastic. So let's check our bodies first. Check the body. The body doesn't meditate. The body is a bag of bones that's inconvenient. But it's related to our mind, so therefore affects it. Therefore affects it. Therefore it's appropriate to work with the body in a correct way. Your legs, whatever position is comfortable for you. Your hands, your back, your whole body, your whole skeleton, upright, and then all the soft bits, all the muscles and the soft bits, completely relaxed, hanging on your bones. Your head slightly tilted forward, chin tucked in, lips apart slightly, tip of the tongue resting behind the top teeth. Breathing through your nose. Eyes looking down, as if you're looking along your nose towards the ground. Okay. So remember, in general, when we think the word meditation, instantaneously what comes to us, relax, peace, no thoughts. We sort of think of it in a very nihilistic way, seriously, and it's utterly, profoundly, absurdly mistaken. The only reason we're sitting with our eyes closed and our senses subdued is so we can do this super intensive, disciplined, proactive job with our mind, whatever technique we're using. It leads to incredible clarity. It leads to relaxation and bliss. You don't try to practice relaxation. It's insane. So it's not some hippie-trippy thing we're doing here. It's super disciplined. It demands clarity. It demands intelligence. It demands virtue and the wish to do it in order to develop our amazing mind, in order to be of benefit to others. That's the long-term goal. It's the only purpose. Anything less than that, you might as well just lie down and go to sleep. There's no virtue in it. Mindfulness, animals need mindfulness. It's not virtue. It's not virtue sitting quietly. There's nothing virtuous about quiet. We've got to really stop these cliched ideas, So, okay, the first little technique we'll do, traditionally the lamas do this before they do other techniques. It's called the 9-round breathing meditation. There's different ways of doing it. But this way, Lama teaches in the Mahamudra book. You can also do it using your fingers, putting on, for example, Lama would say, you can use your fingers if you like, but you don't need to, you just imagine it. It's better for the mind, maybe. But you can, if you wish, you first put the outside of your right index finger on your left nostril, block your left nostril. You don't have to do this, but I'll show you anyway. Then you decide. And you breathe in through your right, if you can. It's a good way to unblock your nose anyway, so try it. And then you bring your right index finger and block your right nostril with the front of your finger. It's obvious when you do it. And then you breathe out through your left. You do that 3 times. Then we reverse it and do the opposite with the same finger, but you block the opposite and go out. So we're going in. First you breathe in through the right nostril. And then you breathe out through the left 3 times. And then we reverse it. Out through the left. In through the opposite, Then 3 times both. So what we're thinking when we do this, the first 3, when we breathe out through the left, we're imagining, just imagine, think, imagine, use your creative imagination. It's thoughts, it's conceptual. The physical has a benefit. It steadies the breath. They say first thing in the morning, before dawn, I think. There's something like, they say, when the air is coming equally through both nostrils, something like this. There's something about it, especially in the Vajrayana, something very beneficial and auspicious. So the breathing is also helpful to steady the air, which is connected to our mind. But clearly the job is the thinking. You're using your creative imagination. So you breathe out 3 times, and you're imagining, wanting all your attachment, neediness, dissatisfaction, manipulating, craving, grasping, controlling, possessing, expecting energy. All of that is attachment. Completely disappearing through your left nostril. Not one atom left. You don't breathe loudly. And then if you like, when you breathe in, you can imagine all the opposite energy from the universe, all the holy beings, blissful energy, blissful light coming in through the opposite nostril, filling you completely, and then as you breathe out, it dries out all this yucky. You sort of think of it as like yucky smoke leaving through the other nostril. So 3 times out through the left, attachment energy. 3 times out through the right, anger, aversion, irritation, upset, frustrated, depression, despair and guilt. The entire spectrum of aversion energy. Or the other one, attachment, neediness, dissatisfaction, manipulating, controlling, possessing, expecting. All that is the spectrum of attachment energy. They're both massive, Out through the left 3 times attachment. Out through the right 3 times aversion. The third is ignorance, indifference, uncaring. Out through both. And then each time to the opposite, blissful energy of the universe, the Buddhas, the holy beings, the opposite, blissful light coming in and driving out all the yuck. So at your own pace, your own pace for a few minutes. We do this. If you lose the plot, just start again. Not loud, not forced. Don't force the breath. There's two benefits. One is the breath, the physical, but the other one, of course, is the mind. Just breathing is useless. So that what makes it beneficial is this thinking. What makes it beneficial is the thinking. Don't just space out. If you forget, remember to start again. And do the thinking. That's the benefit, not just the breathing. Breathing is not beneficial in itself, I promise you. Everybody breathes. So now, with this kind of slightly steadied mind, we can now do a few little sessions of this Mahamudra practice. So when we did the retreat with Lama, we did another retreat with Lama, and he got us to do 5-minute sessions. This was very interesting. If we really understand the effort we need to make to actually focus, to actually correctly focus the mind, we realise how deeply we're not focused, continuously not focused. So concentration is new to us, unless it's delusions. We know how to concentrate. When we're angry, we concentrate. No one interrupts us. If we're angry inside our thoughts, we don't say to people, "Be quiet, I'm trying to be angry." We know how to be angry. We know how to concentrate, but not for virtue. Our mind's too berserk. So to do 5-minute sessions and have quality 5 minutes is so superior to even 10 minutes, of most of which is spacing out. So feeling good in your body is not a criterion of success. Relaxing is not a sign of success. They're not the goal, they're not the purpose in this meditation. So this one is concentration, same as watching your breath, but the object is the thoughts. So the very first level, as I mentioned, is at least attempt to focus on whatever thought comes. Even if your mind's berserk, and our minds are berserk, so don't worry about it. It's how it is. But attempt to concentrate. Whatever pops up, that's the object. Slowly, if we do keep the mind super clear and sharp and not spaced out, we will maybe begin to taste the clarity. And that's really still the conventional nature. That's pretty subtle. So that any worries, any expectations, whether your mind's berserk or not, as Lama says, don't worry, that all thoughts, even deluded thoughts, are still in the nature of clarity. So whatever arises without any judgment, doesn't matter, your mind can be berserk, don't worry, that's what you're focusing on. In other words, if you're in a room of 100 people all shouting, you're going to focus on that. Don't assume it has to be kind of la-di-da and peaceful, quiet. Whatever is arising, you focus just on the thought. This passing concept, like a wave, So with strong determination, pay attention. Maybe 5 minutes, Pay attention to the breath. So the point is this: mindfulness and alertness. They're two other bits of us. Attention looks at the breath. Mindfulness is trying to keep without forgetting, and alertness is watching to make sure everything's okay, like the policeman, as the Dalai Lama calls. So we can't identify these bits. We're not subtle enough. But at least imagine. So your mind becomes like, if you're driving. You absolutely have no choice but to be alert every second. You know that. If you space out for more than a second, you'd be dead. So without tension, that's the kind of energy we have to have. And I mean that seriously. Because the addiction of our mind to sink into just endless thoughts or to go berserk is completely total. So to go against that is a huge job. Don't underestimate it. So it's not relaxing, and it's not making the thoughts go away, and it's not to feel good. If all that happens and you can focus, well, I'm glad for you. But if it's not, don't worry about it. Don't have any idea that, I had a bad meditation because my mind was busy. I don't care. The job is to focus on whatever's there. So with determination and strongly focus, pay attention to the thoughts. Don't space out. Stay focused on the thoughts. Bring your attention back to the thoughts. Every time you wander off, bring your attention back to the thoughts. It's training. So stop, just stop completely, relax, open your eyes, wriggle, and don't have the feeling that you sort of suddenly are, you're just being disturbed. Doesn't matter, it's not something holy we're doing, it's a training. Think of it this way. Just relax completely, totally relax. Open your eyes, wriggle, do what you like for about 1 minute, 2 minutes, and we do one more session. And then it's breakfast time. This is training, okay? Okay, get yourself sorted again. Position, check your legs, check your bottom, check your back. Head, just get yourself in the right job, the right position. Close your eyes. And then with determination for another 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Determination. I'm going to pay attention to the thoughts, to my mind, the thoughts. That's it. Mindfulness and attention are there doing their jobs. To not forget and to make sure everything's under control. Like alertness is like the policeman. Just imagine it. Paying attention to the thoughts, whatever kind of thoughts they are, doesn't matter. Pay attention. No judgment. No analysis. Just pay attention. Bring your attention back to the thoughts. Keep your mind sharp, alert.